This offseason, the Niners have gone through some major changes, whether you look at the defensive side of the ball, offensive side of the ball. But in today's video, I want to talk about maybe the biggest wave the Niners made this offseason, and that was drafting a kicker and replacing one of the best kickers of all time with Jake Moody, a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And at first, I thought that the Niners moved off Robbie Gould because of a mutual understanding that Gould no longer wanted to play with the Niners, and the Niners wanted to move off Gould for both cap constraints, but also start developing a kicker. The thing is, Robbie Gould recently came out and spoke about his process this offseason, and this is what he had to say. The change wasn't my decision. Obviously, at the end of the season, they had to make a decision, and ultimately, they wanted to go a different direction. This is crazy because Gould also said, "I told them I wanted to go back there. We never got an offer from the team, and we never had a conversation about coming back." Gould, who's 40, ranks number 1 among active players with 1,961 points. That's mind-boggling. Furthermore, Gould is the best and most accurate kicker arguably in San Francisco's history. Gould ranks as the franchise's most accurate kicker with 88.3% success on field goals, including 21 for 21 throughout his time with the Niners during the postseason. Ultimately, these comments coming out of Gould only do one thing, and that's add stress onto Jake Moody and pressure to perform at a high level. The Niners didn't simply move off a long-term kicker because they had to, but more so, they chose Jake Moody over Robbie Gould. Furthermore, submitting their faith in Jake Moody over Gould. If they truly have this much faith in Moody, so do I at the end of the day. The Niners, frankly, have been some of the best drafting teams across the entire NFL, and Jake Moody coming out was considered the best kicker in the draft, and some people even have considered Jake Moody the best kicker coming out of college ever. But if Jake Moody does struggle, many people will immediately jump on him and jump on the Niners and say, well, now, why didn't you bring back Robbie Gould? Robbie Gould was always consistent for us, and he even wanted to come back. But this isn't to say Jake Moody doesn't have offerings that Robbie Gould frankly doesn't. Jake Moody is a stronger leg kicker at this point in his career. Robbie Gould throughout his last few years has been losing his leg strength. And while he's still an accurate kicker, he's not going to be booting it through 50-yarders consistently. However, Jake Moody demonstrated an ability to do that throughout his college time. Furthermore, Robbie Gould is getting up there in age, as I mentioned. He's 40. And the Niners do want to move into a kicker position that's solidified for years to come. And perhaps this is their opportunity to get the best kicker they see for numerous years. So their move off Robbie Gould, while it makes sense, is also a big move that will be questioned throughout this year. Ultimately, I'd love to hear your thoughts on what you think about Robbie Gould actually wanting to come back to the Niners. This offseason, I've been under the impression that Robbie Gould wanted to move on. So this is pretty mind-boggling to me, and I'm kind of shocked the Niners didn't even consider bringing him back is what it seemed. I think that he's one of the best kickers of all time, and frankly, having a good kicker is underrated. But these are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much for watching.